Good afternoon all. Whether my voice is audible, screen is visible, please reply. Fazal, I'm audible. Hello, hello, Ajinkya. My voice is audible. Oh, okay, Mike. Thank you. In last lecture, we have covered the topic that is the electron beam machining process from the chapter number 5. Right. Now the second process that we have to study during this lecture, it is the plasma arc machining process. This is the second method which will based on heat energy or thermal energy, which is utilized to melt and vaporize the material of the workpiece in order to remove the material from the workpiece. Write down the name of this second thermal energy based process, that is the plasma arc machining process. Okay, plasma arc machining process. Now, what is a plasma? That is main word that was related with our non-conventional machining process. What is the plasma? When you are heating the gas more than 2000 degrees centigrade, what is happening? Separation of the molecules that will be carried out as the atoms if having two or more, right? And when you are heating that gas up to near about 3000 degrees centigrade or more, whatever the electrons, those are also get dissociate from that atom, and gas ionization will be carried out. It is consisting of ions and electrons. This state of the gas is to be called as plasma. What is the plasma? Plasma is the state of the gas when it will be achieved at a temperature even at 3000 degrees centigrade or more. Why it is happening? Because as we are going to heat the gas more than 2000 degrees centigrade, the molecules separate out as an atom, and as we goes on increasing the temperature beyond the 2000 degrees centigrade or more 3000 degrees centigrade, the electrons they are get dissociated from that atom, and ionization of gas is to be takes place, and during the ionization ions and electrons are to be formed. That state of the gas is called as a plasma. You getting? Then what are the different characteristics of this plasma? Glowing ionized gas result from the heating of the material to an extremely high temperature. There is one characteristic. Means gas ionization, it will result to form the plasma. It is a composite of free electrons that are dissociated from the main gas atoms. means when you are heating the gas beyond the 3000 degrees centigrade, at that time dissociation of the atoms it will be takes place and formation of the free electron is to be carried out along with ions. The gas in plasma state becomes electrically conductive as well as it is a responsive to magnetism. That is the fourth state of matter, called as the fourth state of matter. Means initial state we are separating the molecule in the atom first, then dissociation the atom into electrons second, and ionization it will carried out. It will consist of ions and electrons. It will be carried out at the 3000 degrees centigrade third stage, and at high at this high temperature that gas it will become electrically conductive as well as will becomes responsive to the magnetism. No doubt it will become a electrically conductive and certain magnetic properties those are having with that plasma. So that state is called as the fourth state of a matter. This plasma it is encountered in electrical discharges. Means during the electrical discharges, because of that, the plasma is to be produced. These are some of the main characteristics of the plasma. First, you write the what is the plasma. If possible, you note down one to two characteristics of this plasma. You take a time to write the introduction related to the plasma. Is it visible? Write down what is the plasma. Then write certain characteristics of the plasma. Okay, or now we discuss about the working principle of this plasma arc machining. In plasma arc machining process, which is the source of heat regeneration, that is a recombination of ion and electrons into atoms or recombination of atoms into molecules, that plasma. into atoms, or there will be a recombination of atoms into molecules. During that process of recombination, it will liberating bonding energy, and that was responsible to increase the kinetic energy of atom or molecule because of the recombination. During this process, the temperature it will be achieved in a range of 33,000 degrees centigrade. See, that much higher temperature is to be achieved during this recombination of the atoms and molecules. So at such high temperature, it will be possible can cut any type of the material, including having high thermal conductivity, large heat capacity, or good oxidation resistance, which are such material like aluminum and stainless steel. So due to the recombination of the atoms or molecules, there will be liberation of the bonding energy that will be responsible for high kinetic energy of the atoms or molecules, which will produce the temperature heat at a temperature as much as 33,000 degrees centigrade. And at such high centigrade temperature, this process can cut any metal which is having a different properties like a high heat carrying capacity, good thermal conductivity, like a stainless steel. But plasma arc cutting cannot be cut by conventional methods like oxifiel cutting, right? That is, conventionally we also use we will create the plasma arc by using the oxygen and other gas, nitrogen, like oxifuel cutting. That method is not feasible to cut the material like stainless steel and aluminum. This is all about the working principle of the plasma arc question. You write the some points related to the working principle of the plasma arc machine. You write these points. Okay, is it over? Now you can see this diagram. This is the workpiece that was acting as an anode because positive terminal of the DC power supply it is connected to this workpiece. Then is the setup for the plasma arc, which is consist of this electrode, which is provided with a negative supply, so it will be act as a cathode. Negative source of the power, DC power source, it will be connected to this electrode, and that electrode is covered with this water cooled nozzle, and this nozzle is again covered with this shielding gas nozzle, right? And at the center face between electrode and the water cooled nozzle, we are passing this plasma gas, and we are applying a very high voltage across this workpiece and the electrode. Because of that high voltage and by maintaining a sufficient distance between this electrode and the workpiece, the arcing, mainly arc is to be generated, and that arc is responsible for ionizing of that gases. Because of that ionization of that gases, the plasma arc is to be produced, and this plasma arc it will be responsible for the melting of this workpiece due to the high temperature of that plasma gas. It is more than 33,000 degrees centigrade. At this very high temperature, any kind of the hard material, heat carrying material, it will easy to cut by using this plasma. So, in order to maintain the temperature, we are passing the water around this electrode, which will carry the along this tube, which will carry the plasma gas, and that material of the electrode always using as a tungsten. Means in case of the plasma machine, the electrode used it is made up of the tungsten, and that electrode it is covered with water cooled nozzle in order to maintain temperature of the tungsten. Also, that water cooled nozzle that is again included with another nozzle which is provided with a shielding gas. So it will shield the plasma from atmospheric gases. So it will be very essential to carry out shielding of the plasma arc by using the inert gas, that is the shielding gas. So in this way, by creating the plasma arc, we can machine any hard material with the help of the plasma arc, which will produce the heat near about at temperature 33,000 degrees centigrade. So write down this diagram, sorry, draw this diagram neatly and clearly, name each and every part. It will help to explain the working principle of plasma arc machine. Take a time, sufficient time, draw this diagram. Have you drawn this diagram? Please reply. Have you understood the working principle of plasma arc machining? Yes, reply please. How plasma is to be produced and how material is to be removed because of the heat energy that was carrying by the plasma arc. Okay, I request all of you to write your roll number in chat box for the attendance. Please write your roll number. Is anybody remaining after this Amol? Roll number 37. No one is remaining, I think. Right? Okay, next. This is all about the diagram for the plasma arc machining. Now, there are two methods. Those are utilized for plasma arc systems by using the direct current power source. First one, that is a non-transferred, and second one, that is a transferred arc. These are the methods. Those are related with the mode of arc producing, plasma arc producing. If you are observing these two diagrams, there will be difference in a diagram here. If you are observing this non-transferred, this will be transferred arc mode method. The workpiece, this is the nozzle, this is the electrode, and we are passing this plasma gas. This is the tungsten electrode provided with a negative charge in both the cases. Then we are supplying the plasma gas between this nozzle and the electrode. This is the positive terminal, so it will be act as an anode. So it will be named mostly it is a workpiece. If there will be no contact between this arc and nozzle, so it will be a transferred arc. If there will be contact between arc and the workpiece, whatever the arc it will be produced between electrode and the workpiece along with some contact with the nozzle, so it will become under the non-transformer. And when there will be directly contact of an arc between electrode and workpiece, no contact with the nozzle, so it will be transferred arc mode method. Now see here, in case of a non-transferred arc method, there will be arc between electrode and nozzle, right? Arc is between electrode and nozzle. It will be produced first, and then that heat of the arc it will be transferred to the workpiece. During this non-transferred arc method, the electrothermal efficiency it is in a range of 65 to 75 degrees centigrade, where the ionization of high velocity gas streaming it will be carried out toward the workpiece, and conductivity of the workpiece material it is not a constraint in case of a non-transferred arc machining process. See here, in case of this non-transferred arc machining process, the arc is to be produced between electrode and the nozzle. So whatever the efficiency of this non-transferred arc machining process, efficiency in terms of electrothermal efficiency, it is in a range of 65 to 75%, and such kind of the machining process where there would be not a requirement of a conductivity of the material, it will be thermal and electrical. Whereas in case of a transferred arc machining process, the electrothermal efficiency of this machining process it is much larger. It is near about 85 to 90%, where arc is to be produced between electrode and directly workpiece. There will be no contact between of this arc with the nozzle. Whatever that arc it will produce that heat a coaxially flowing gas, and which will maintain it in a plasma state, because there will be no contact between electrode and the nozzle. So whatever the gas, plasma gas that is flowing, it is generally flowing in coaxial manner, and because of that, the arc that maintaining that flowing gas in a plasma state. But in case of the transferred arc machining process, which material you are using for the workpiece, it must be a electrically conductive one. There is a major difference between plasma arc system, which is based on arc mode, that is a non-transferred and transferred arc. You draw these two diagrams and write a short description about non-transferred arc and transferred arc plasma arc cutting system. You take a sufficient time to draw the diagram and to noting of these points. Okay, is it over? That description is given in this slide. The plasma cutting system that will be deliver current in a range of 1000 ampere with an voltage of 200 direct current, right? Whatever the gas that was flowing under a pressure of 1.4 megapascal, which will result in a high velocity of the plasma in a range of several hundred meters per second. That much high velocity it is obtained because of the pressure that in a range of 1.4 megapascal. And that pressure on a gas it will be built up because of the system which is providing with a voltage of a 200 volt and current at a range to a 1000 ampere. At this high velocity of this plasma, we are getting a much more momentum due to the high flow rate of this plasma gas. And at this high momentum of this plasma jet that was responsible to remove the molten material from the machining zone. No doubt this plasma jet or plasma arc it is having a very high temperature. Along with that temperature, when it is having a very high velocity with this momentum that will responsible to remove the molten material from the machining zone. Whatever this plasma jet that was produced, that is constricted by flowing gas that act as a cooling agent. It is sandwiched between nozzle wall and plasma. The removal of the material or material removal mechanism it is carried out in both ways. Initially, it will be starting with the melting of the metal that was followed by the vaporization. So, molten material it is blow off by this high velocity of the plasma jet. So, due to the heat energy of this plasma, it will be utilized to melting out of this workpiece material, and also higher heat it will be responsible to vaporize that material of the workpiece. But along with this high temperature, that plasma gas is having a very high velocity. So this high velocity plasma jet it will be utilized to remove the molten material from the machining zone. So in this way, plasma arc cutting or plasma arc machining process is to be carried out. Note down this point. It will helpful to explain how this plasma arc machining is to be carried out. Okay. Now, there are certain elements of plasma or cutting system. First one, that is a plasma torch. Second one, that is a gas supply system. Third one, that is a power supply. Fourth one, that is a control system. And fifth one, that is a cooling system. These are the main elements of a plasma or cutting system. As far as plasma torch is to be considered, it will have air plasma torch, oxygen injected torch, dual gas system, and water injected torch. Write down these elements of the plasma arc cutting system. First one, that is plasma torch, likewise gas supply, power supply, control supply, and cooling water supply. And the first point, that is the plasma torch, it consists of air plasma torch, oxygen injected torch, dual gas system, and water injected torch. Now, we will start with the air plasma torch, right? In case of a air plasma torch, that will utilize a compressed air that will help to ionize, and it also help to cutting the material. As we are using a air as a plasma gas, that air should be free from contaminants. So uncontaminated air, it should be used in case of a air plasma torch. Whatever the nozzle that will be used for the torch, it may result in premature failure due to the double arcing process. So, which are this double arcing? It may carried out between electrode and nozzle and workpiece that we have studied in a earlier slides. There are two types of the arcing ionization, right? That is the electrode and nozzle and workpiece. So that will be responsible for double arcing. So because of that, this will help to machine the surface with a very high degree of the taper. The material that was used during this air plasma torch process for the electrode, that will be a zirconium or hafnium, whose life it is less than 2 hours for of the cutting time. Why it is happening? Because it will because of the higher resistance to the oxidation. Means this zirconium and hafnium that was used as an material for the electrode in case of a air plasma torch method. We may also use this tungsten as a material for the electrode in case of this air plasma torch. Why? But this material does not last more than few seconds due to the poor oxidation resistance. Here, in case of a air plasma torch, we definitely use the electrode that was an as a cathode. If we are using tungsten as a material for that, it will be get blast off within a few seconds. Why it is happening? Because tungsten is having poor oxidation resistance. Whereas if you are using zirconium as a material for the electrode, the life of that electrode it is a more than 2 hours of the cutting time. Why it is happening? Because this zirconium material is having a high resistance to the oxidation process. This is one of the diagram from one of the book. That is the details of ear plasma torch where we are getting this workpiece. This is the stand of distance, means distance between the torch nozzle tip and the workpiece. Then this will show the nozzle. This will be sealing cap, carrier gas. That will be here. This will be the water cooler system. And centrally it is provided with the electrode that is connected with the negative terminal of the battery so that that electrode is then act as a cathode, and positive terminal of the battery it is provided with the workpiece. So workpiece it will act as an anode. So by applying a voltage across this cathode and anode, we can producing that arc, and because of that arc, plasma is to be produced from this carrier gas that is here. And when this plasma arc is to be generated, that will have a very high temperature that will be responsible to melt out and vaporize the workpiece material, and the very high velocity of this plasma arc gas, right? It will remove the molten metal from the machining board. Draw this diagram of this air plasma torch clearly and write the description related to this. Take a sufficient time. Whether this diagram is clearly visible. Air plasma torch diagram, construction details of the shear plasma torch. Is it clearly visible? This will be central part. It is called as a cathode. That is nothing but the electrode. It is made up of from zirconia. It is covered with this hatching part called as a nozzle, and in between that we are circulating the coolant, that is the water, in that electrode and this nozzle. And this nozzle is again covered with the filling cap, and that is provided with the shielding gas, right? And at center electrode which we carry gas, that is called air. So carrier gas that will be used as an air. So this is called air plasma torch, and the arc or plasma arc is to be produced between this electrode and workpiece. It may produce it between electrode and the nozzle. It come under the category of the electrode and nozzle arc. If the arc is produced between electrode and the workpiece, so it will be called as a nozzle and workpiece arcing, that we have discussed in previous slides. That is a non-transferred arc. Non-transferred arc, it will be electrode and nozzle. And if it is a transferred arc, that will be produced between electrode and work. Right? So that is the best to describe the arcing, transferred and non-transferred arc. Right? So I think this will be the sufficient for today's lecture. In next lecture, we deal with another part related with the plasma torch. If you have any query related to this, please ask me. अडचण आहे का याच्यामध्ये? Anybody have any difficulty? Yes, Yogeshwar. Is it clear? Working principle of plasma arc machining.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood? Amol, which material is to be used for the electrode? In case of a plasma arc machining, in case of plasma arc machining, you use the tungsten, but in case of a plasma arc cutting, you use the zirconium. Right? Okay. Which material is to be cut by using this plasma arc cutting process? Maybe aluminum and stainless steel. It will be easily cut by using this plasma arc machining process. Yes, Sunil. Is it clear? The working principle of plasma arc machining. Sunil Sonar, are you there? Anna Shirsat. Shirsat, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any problem related to this? Shirsat, have you cleared the concept of plasma arc machining?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any problem?
No, sir.
With this, next lecture, we complete this remaining part of this plasma arc machining, and starting with the remaining any method. It may be a laser beam machining or iron beam machining, right? Depending upon the time schedule. Okay, with this we will stop over here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yogeshwar. At last you have joined. Are you there, Yogesh? Okay, we'll stop here.